Recording is on.
Okay, good. So this is what I'm saying. You take a red wire, a black wire, and a red wire. Black is positive, and then red is always, sorry, black is negative or ground, and then red is positive. Always remember that. In engineering or electronics, these are what you call conventions. Anytime you see black, you connect it to a negative terminal or what we call ground, and then red is connected to positive or power. Okay, so just know the difference. So the
please,
first
I
thing,
can't see you.
oh no, this wires. I'm sure you've done that connection already.
No,
so I don't
it
know.
just shows K. So it just shows K.
It just shows what?
K. Oh, my
K.
laptop has frozen.
Oh, sorry. I'm recording it so you could just watch it one more time. I'm reducing my call quality to standard. So I'm sure you guys will be able to. Okay. So the first thing I'm going to do is, you see the edge of the wire? It's very short. Okay. What we're going to do is that this is a motor. Okay. It can move around. Okay. If you watch it closely, if you turn it, it can move around. This is where we'll connect the ties. Okay. Now these things here are called the terminals. Can all of you see my
Nope. Uncle, please, we can't see your screen.
Really? My camera is on. Okay,
I can't see.
Okay, is there anyone who cannot see? Is there anybody who cannot see?
Me.
Okay.
Me.
Can you see? Kason, Skylar, Yaoche, Aram, Yohani.
Please, I can see.
Okay.
I can't see you.
I can see you.
Okay. All right.
Uncle,
So
please, I can see you.
If you can't, sure is the settings your parents have done on the internet. Okay, if they don't want you to stream a lot and use data. Okay, but let me just go through this. So this metal thing here, okay, it's like copper sort of thing. It's what you call the terminals of the motor, and that is where we are going to connect these wires to. Okay, now you realize that the wire is short. Normally you're supposed to solder it. Okay, but you guys haven't reached the level of soldering. So I'll just ask you to just bite the wire, just bite the plastic covering off. Don't bite the whole thing and leave the bare part on. Okay. This is what I'm talking about. See, I've bitten this part off. Okay. I'm just going through the whole thing for revision purposes. Okay. So this is the first part. Now, this hole is where I'm going to place it in. So I'm going to put it, it's like you are threading a needle. Okay, you are threading a needle. So this hole in there is where I'm going to push it in. You remember the terminals of the motor I showed you. Okay, so you push it inside like this, you see, and then turn it this way. Okay, I'm not saying you should do the same thing right now because of time. I'm going to go through it quickly, but I'm recording the class, so please, I beg you, watch it after. I'll send you the link on your emails, and I'll put it on the WhatsApp group. And I'll put it on the Robo app. Okay, so you turn it, you wind it around it, and tighten it. Okay, I think Kason, I did that for you when we met, but we couldn't finish the whole thing because of the time. Okay, so this is what I've done. Now, when you're done, just try and then pull it slightly. Don't over pull it, if not, you might break the terminal. Just pull it slightly and see. You see that it's firm. Okay, so that's the white terminal. Then the next one, you take the black one, okay? Okay, so this is a mistake I've done. I bit it and I've bitten it off. So I'm going to do it again on the black terminal. Okay. So I peeled it off. Okay, I think it's just about, but I need it to be a bit longer. It's still short. Okay, make sure at least it's about maybe 2 centimeters long or 1 centimeter or 1.5 centimeters long. All right. So it's not that difficult. Once you're able to bite the first one, don't overbite the wire. If not, you cut it. Okay. If you know, you can just ask an elder brother or cousin or someone to help you. Okay. So you see this one. That's what I've gotten. All right. Maybe probably just about 1 centimeter in length. Then you put it now in the second terminal. You see the terminal here. I've already done this one. So you put it in the second terminal. You push it inside. And then you tighten it. Okay. So you see when I pull it here, you see that it's also a bit firm. Okay. So now I don't need soldering, blah, blah, blah to solder it. Okay. That's the first stage of it. Okay. Now I'm going to do another one. I'm going to do it for another one. The person who I'm assembling the kit for me, the person will pay me. Okay. So I'm going to take 2 of these strips again. All right. So if you missed what I did earlier on, this is what I'm saying. I'm showing you how to assemble it, just in case one day you do that, you disconnect your wires and everything. And I said these are the terminals of your motor. This is a motor, DC motor hub. It's like the tire, the wheels, and these are the terminals. It's just a motor that is there. All right. And I'm saying that this thing is short. You realize that it's short, so you bite it. I've done a mistake again. I overbit it off. So I'll just try it again. You see this? Okay, I think this one will just work. So I'm going to push it into one of the terminals. One of these terminals. I'm going to push the wire in there. And I'm going to turn it and twist it. Is if you just joined, okay, all right. So you see the black one is now firm. Then I'm going to take the red wire. I told you black is negative or ground, okay, and then the red is power or positive. Okay. So this is it, all right. And then I'm pushing it into the second terminal. And then when you push it, it's like you are threading a needle. Okay, you see when you thread the eye of a needle, you thread it, you push it through the hole of the needle. Then you twist it until it's firm. Okay. I don't think I have batteries here. I would have tested it. Okay, so this is what I've done. I'll do 2, then I'll repeat. You guys will do the rest. Okay. Now I told you I took the plate. Now we're moving to the second stage. I think there's going to second and the final stage, and then we'll be done for today. Okay. So I'm recording this class once and for all. So anybody who missed this session should just watch the video. I don't have to go back and do the whole thing again. Okay. So this is the plates for the robot. This is a 4-wheel car or 4wd. Now, if you look at this thing, you see like there's a cross here. Okay, there's a cross here. So what you do is that you take this metal, this DC motor hub. They call it a DC motor hub. Now you see where the terminals of the wire is. Let it face inside the car. So this is, let the wires face inside the car this way. Do you get it? All right. Now you see this plastic end. Let it fit into the cross like this. Do you see this? So when you look through, you can see this thing where my hand is pointing. All right. When you look through the cross. Now here, there's an easy way. I don't want to teach you this one, but this one, if you realize that you're having problems, just buy super glue and then stick it here. But make sure you do it very well, because if you buy super glue and it messes up your kit, you have to do a lot of, you have problems. Okay, so one of the things I don't want people to know is that you put super glue here and stick it here. Hold it for like 3 minutes. It will just stick and you are done. You won't worry yourself again. All right. But if you are going to be dismantling your robotics kit and all of those things, then just hold it here like this. And then take this in your robotics kit. Okay, this rubber, it contains 5. In some of yours is different. Okay, but just look in your robotics kit and look for something called this, like something that's like this. You see something like a T-square, very small. They are holders. They are supposed to hold the motor in place. Okay, this is probably the most difficult part in assembling the kit. But if you get it, you can just, once you're able to do one, you can do everything. Okay, please, can you all hear me? Are you all following? Ram, Jason Davis, Payson, Akwesiyo, Fikuku, Daryl, Skylar, Yao Che, Annabella, Semenyo, Senam, and Yohani. And then Mawina. Okay, I hope you can all hear me. If you're having problems, some of you are saying my camera is off. It's on. If it's off, then it means that your parents are probably disabled.
I can see you.
Data. Because if your data is disabled, it's probably because they don't want you to see. They want to limit your data. Okay, now let me do this is the second stage. After the second stage, the third stage, and we are done. So this is the second part. You take this one from your robotics kits. Okay, you need 2 of them for each tire. So there are about 8 in the whole robotics kit. So you see these 2, you take these 2, okay, and then just put it down. Remember, you have already done this. Please don't fix, you see, I've not fixed any tire yet. Please don't fix any tire until you fixed your wires to your motor. All right, don't fix any tire yet. All right, now one of the things I'll just teach you is when you finish fixing the wires of your motor, just connect it to a battery, positive and negative. I told you this is the red is positive, black is negative. You should see this thing moving. If it's moving, then it means that your connection is correct and you can now use it in the car. All right, so in a nutshell, this is what I'm saying. When you finish, just put it like this. Make sure it's in the cross section, this one. Make sure this one reaches that. Okay, and then the other end of this thing points out here. So just look at how I've done this. Okay, this cross thing should guide you. And then the next thing I said was that you take the 2 T-square stuff. Now we're going to take 2 screwdrivers and 2 screws. Oh no, 2 screws, yeah. Now you take these 2, the long ones. They are very long ones, so just take them 2. Everything you're taking 2 of the T-square shaped stuff, holders, 2 of the screws, and then finally 2 bolts, or is it nuts? Do we call it bolts or not? I don't know, but you take 2 of them. So if you missed the open day meeting, or you were not able to get it, please watch this video very well. Okay, if you can do this, you are an engineer. Okay, so please take this thing seriously. All right, and for those of you, I was saying yesterday, for those of you who are planning on traveling abroad, you want to go to school abroad and all of that, please, a lot of my students have traveled abroad because of robotics. And a lot of people who have trained with us. So please take this very seriously. Now, these are the things I'm talking about. It's in the same rubber. Okay. You see this.
So I can't see you.
Can you see me now?
Yes.
Okay, good. So these 2 things, this is what I'm talking about. Okay. It's all in the same rubber of this one. Okay, good. So let's come back to this. We are finishing the second stage. Okay, so you place this on this. Remember, we're here. Now, the first thing you're going to do is you take the first T-square stuff, okay, the T-square thing. I don't know whether you guys still use T-square in school. And then you place it, looking at the robotics kit. Okay, make sure the plain side is the place that's facing you. Okay, then take this. Take this, all right, and then place it in here. You see this thing under the cross. Okay, make sure that the motor hub is positioned well and you can see the plastic, this thing, and then place this under this. and then push it in here. Okay, so you should have something like this. It's going to be difficult. So when you push it in, just place it on the table. You can just place it on a flat surface. All right, and make sure this side is on the table, and then this side is pointing to you, so that you just lock it. Okay, so it's going to be like this facing you. Okay, so just place it like I'm just placing it on the table. Okay, so it's going to be lying flat like this. Then as it's lying flat like this, you now take this part. Okay, so it's lying flat like this. Then you take this part. Now let me show you something. This is difficult to do, but I just want you to get it. All right, so it's lying flat on the table. Then you take this side. Okay, just pass your hand in there. You see there's a small depression inside here. If I turn this thing, you see there's a small depression in here. I don't know whether you can see it. Okay, good. You see, it's not totally straight. There's a small depression over here where the yellow this thing is. Okay, that is this where you place the second T-square holder. Okay, so you place it there. Let it still be lying on the table, because if you are holding it, it's going to be difficult. Even for me, it's a bit difficult. So it will be something like this. And just use your hand to hold it on the table. So if it's lying on the table, just place it like that on the table. All right. Then you now take this long thing. Okay. And watch this. This is the trick. If you get this part, you're just good to go. Now, a lot of you, I think, Kason, there was this mistake you made on that day. Please, so I'll need you to please watch. I've touched my screen. Hold on. Take this one. Okay. At this stage, if you have anything to say, please say it. If you type, I won't see. I'm really busy. Now, there are two holes on the T-square thing. There is a first hole that is at the bottom. I hope you can all see the hole, this small hole. And there's another hole where my forefinger is. All right. Good. You see the two holes, one at the bottom, one at the top. Okay. Now, as you hold your robotics kit like this, this side, okay, this side, take. Holding it is difficult, so I'll advise you, please use a table and then just place it on it so you don't have problems. Okay, if you can even ask your dad or your brother or someone to help you, it will be good. Then take this one and then push it in the bottom hole I just showed you. Okay, just keep pushing it. You see that it will pass through that bottom hole. It will pass through the motor hub and then come out from this end. This is what I'm saying. Do you see it? This is what I'm saying. Make sure that part, you know we're going to fix the tie here. So make sure the pointed end of the screw comes out from this part. Okay. If you look here, this side is where this thing is. Okay. So always make sure. And then if you look at this side, the side that points outside the car is where the pointed part comes from. All right. Then you take the nuts or the bolts, whatever you want to call it. Place it there. So place it at that tight end. You can even use your finger and then tighten it round. Or you can use a screwdriver to tighten. I don't have a screwdriver here unless I go and check it. Okay. So you should have something like this. You see the part that points out, you put the bolt there and then you tighten it. That's what I'm saying. So this thing is not a toy. This is a robot. Okay. But it's a simplified robot that they are teaching you to assemble. All right. Then you take the second one and then you push. Now this one is simple. You see we've done you see the flat end of the screwdriver, the flat end of the screw. Okay. You push it through this. Push it through this. Just keep adjusting this thing. Sometimes it might give you issues, so just keep adjusting it until it's able to come out. Just keep adjusting it and pushing it until it also comes out. Then you take this part, this screw, and then just place your hand here and then push it and then just turn it around, or you can even use your screwdriver to tighten it. Okay, if as much as possible, please get a family person to help you. It will really help. Okay, so that's it. That's the first one. Okay, all right, Casey, you want to say something? Can you unmute and say? All right, now when you are done, just take this tie. Okay, just take that tie. This is difficult too. Okay, just keep slightly rotating it. Okay, I think there's even an issue with the way we place this thing, but it will still work. There was a mistake I made, I admit. The screw is supposed to point to the other end because this one can block the ties, but it will still work. Okay, so this is the first tie. All right, so I'm going to take a battery and I'm going to test it and see. Okay, so I've gotten a battery and I have, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to just connect the terminals here and connect it here. Let me see. The battery is pretty weak, but it should have some motion. Okay, I think it started moving. Let me just connect it well. So it's moving, but the main issue was the way I did the connection. This thing is supposed to be the other way around. Okay, so I'm just going to do the whole screen again. It's blocking the movement of the tie. Okay, we are probably done. So I'm going to turn it. So this bolt side must point inside of the car. Okay, and the flat side must be out. So this is what I'm saying. Those of you who don't understand what I'm saying, you realize that this one, the pointed side is outside the car. It's wrong. Okay, the pointed side must come inside of the car. This pointed side must come inside of the car. Okay, so I'm going to do it because it's blocking the movement of the tires. Okay, so I was wrong. It was rather supposed to come inside. Okay, so forgive me for that. Okay, so I'm sure you've all seen it. Okay, good. If you know you are having problems with like the screw and everything, you can actually use super glue and then just glue it to the car. But the problem is if you don't connect it well and you super glue it to it, that one you don't need all this screw. It's actually not the best way to do it, but I'm seeing that a lot of you are having difficulties in it. If you use super glue and you glue it, it's not done well, you might break your car. You get it? So just be sure of what you really, if you know your connections are correct or the position is correct, then you can use it. Okay, so I'll do this last one and then we'll call it a day. Is that okay? Good. So even if you've done it before, please take note of it. So you take another motor hub, you remember the cross in here, you place it in here. First of all, just know your position. Okay, make sure, okay, you can see the plastic end from the cross, this thing inside. If you are here and you want the robotics kit, please, you can give me a call. Now the price is even gone up. Okay, it's now $650. You know, prices have gone up. The dollar has also gone up. Shipping cost has gone up. So please, as early as possible, please try and get in touch so that we can get it for you. The price of the robotics kit has gone up now. Okay, so this plastic thing should come out here. All right, then let's just do this last part and then we call it a day. Take 2 of the T-square holders, take 2 screws and 2 bolts. So 1 and then 2. All right, what I'm teaching you, I got to know of it when I was finishing the university. So if you are getting the chance to know it now, please take it serious. Don't throw it away. I keep telling you. Then you take this one, take another one and add, and then we are good to go. Okay, good. So I have 2 of this too. 2 of this, 2 of the screws, and then 2 of the holders. Okay, so let's just do this quickly and then we can end the class today. Okay, good. So the first thing you're going to do is that I'm placing it on the other side. All right. Now the first thing we're going to do is that make sure the wires, the terminals of your motor, you remember these terminals, okay? Where the terminals, you place it, your terminals point inside the car. So the terminals of this are facing the terminals of this. Don't do it this way. Okay, turn it this way. So make sure you do that. Okay, then you take your T-square, this thing, and then you place the T-square here. So you place the first T-square, you see just underneath the cross. You place the T-square there. You place your motor stuff here. Make sure you remember the position of your motor. Make sure that you can see this whitish thing inside the cross. It's in the middle of the cross. Okay, all right, good. Then you take the other, then what you can do is just take this screw, this long screw, okay, and then start from the bottom. Okay, take this T up, place it at the end here. I told you it's I don't know how to even explain it. Good. So you see something like this. There is this depression, this dent be inside here. There's a dent there. Just place the other T-square in that dent. Do you see it? You can even hold it this way. And then you take the screwdriver. Make sure the flat end is facing outside the car so it doesn't block the tires, because this is where we're going to put the tires. Okay, so you place it inside at the bottom. Keep adjusting it until it can come out. Good. So you see that it has come out from this end. So you see that it has come out from this end. Okay, good. So just put the screw
Where is Uncle Khalmax?
Uncle Khalmax.
His name is Franco.
His name is
That's
Uncle
just his
Khalmax.
company name.
Khalmax Robotics is the name of his group.
Who is laughing there?
No.
Oh my god. Who said that? Uncle Carl. Oh my god. Oh, history books. How about where is he? Did he just leave? Has the class ended?
He did say he's going to do something and he'll call it a day. But I'm not sure it's ended.
Okay.
So please,
I made a mistake. Uncle Frank is here.
yes. So please, who is kicking who out of the meeting? Daryl, I saw you kick somebody out of the meeting. Who you kicked out Annabella? Why? What's going on? I'm not aware of this thing. Please let this be the first and last. This should happen. Nobody should kick anybody out of the meeting. Is that clear? Good. Well, I noticed somebody kicked me out. Please, let's stop that.
Yeah, someone
Okay.
kicked me out too.
What?
All right. So this is what I'm saying. I'm ending now. Then you take the last part and then you push it in here on the top. Keep pushing it until it can pass through the motor hub to this side. You see it, okay? And then you can tighten it from this end. Like I said, please take the video. I'll share the video with you. Please watch the video over and over again. Okay, I'll put it on YouTube and everything. Okay, please watch the video over and over again, and then you'll be able to. So this is it. All right, and then you can also put use it to adjust. My own is pretty weak because I don't have a screwdriver. Okay. So this is what I have now. You understand? All right. So when I connect my motor to it and to it, I should be able to get the car to move. The motors to move. All right, that's it. It's moving. So this is the second ties. Okay. All right. So I'm going to stop here. Right. I'll end the class here. But please, does anybody have any question? Any question? Jason Davis, Darrell, Annabella, Jason. How many Jason Davis do we have? Jason, is it Jason of Deborah? Skylar, Yaoche, Semenyo, and Mawena Yohani. Any question?
Please.
How many of you would want? Let me just see your hands up. How many of you would want the video or the class, the recording of the class, like the video? Let me see. You can just put the comments me or something and type it to me in the comment section. Let me see those who really need the video in there. I want to share the video, like the recording I've done. How many of you want it so that I know?
Me, Annabella.
Okay. Who else? Just type me so that I can see. And then let me just take the register and then we can call it a day. All right. Okay, good. So let me take the attendance and then we call it a day. If you hear your name, please respond.
Present.
Jason and David. Jason Davis.
Present.
Okay. Nathan Heyman. Nanaya Oche. Akwesi Yofi and Kuku. Hugh Emerson Adi. Kasim Bamba. Jason Ofoye Debra. Edem Glover T. Wonderful. Hetty. Afi Nicole. Adom Cortex in the out Saturday. Skylar Kumoji. Marina Ahiapo.
Present.
Sena Manu.
Marina Ayapo present.
All right. Bridget, Onassis, Smakia, Fifi, David Njoku, Annie Hato, Kelsey, Ed, Aram Dumenya, Nana Sampong, Darrell Okai Edu, Sean Inkum, Nana Makela, Jason Kwache, Mark Morrison, Crosby Eshen, Anna Valeria, Brian Kuma, Janice Ampabing, Stephen Kokulate. I think the rest are all Saturdays. If you haven't heard your name, please let me know. If you haven't heard your name, please let me know. Okay, Yohani. All right, Yohani too. Okay. All right, so I'll send the link on the WhatsApp group and I'll also send it to you on YouTube. I'll send it to your emails. Those of you who are having issues assembling it, please let me know. Is that okay? All right.